Saturday, Saturday. At least if you're watching live, it is. May not be if you're not. Welcome. My name is Jack, and here we go with another edition of Worldwide Ramblings. And already we see our family. Hello, family. Ted Richards. Hello, Jack, and people everywhere. Even Istanbul. If you're watching in Istanbul, please let us know. Hello, Richard Lyon, the Grand Patriarch. Jack, my man, what's up? How are you? Cheryl Larson, good evening, Jack. Patrick Phyllis, yes. Hello, Linda Justice. Hey, Jack, as people start to go in, and we've already got a couple of likes there, which is much appreciated. Did you see my promo that I did before this? Showed some pictures, of course, on the cell phone. I know it's my 5G cell phone, Android though. I can't fathom $1,000 plus phone. And yet Richard has four of them, but I can't fathom it. Hello, Kay from Kentucky. How are you? So it's a little better, but there'll be still somebody that says, "Why do you even bother?" William Brown, downtown William Brown, that is. Hello, hello, downtown Brown. Yeah. And Cindy from South Louisiana, who starts a new job on Monday. We wish her the best. Hello, Jack and friends. Deborah Lake. Hello, Jack and all. Sammy is here. Neo. And here's someone new. Stork Deliveries. You sure that's not RIES at the end? If you put that on your business card, is there a lot of call for Stork Deliveries these days? What if they drop the kid, Hello. Hi. Finally, says Sammy. Barbara Kendall, welcome. Tammy Sears, hello, Jack. Hi. Jeanette Fair, hello from North Dakota. And Clarence Saunders. Hi, Clarence. Makes me think of Leave It to Beaver. Clarence, I remember him. Victoria Matthews. Victoria. Hello, Vicky. How are you? Stefan is here. Hi. And I had to spell it wrong. The correct spelling was taken. I understand that. Did that ever happen to me? It's happened to other people. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Gail George. Hello, everyone from near Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah. Teresa. Somebody new, perhaps. McNelly. Teresa McNelly. Hi, Teresa. Where are you watching from? Nikki Gardenia. No, I'm not saying it right. I'll mess it up every time, Nikki. Giardina. Giardina. Hi. June Joyner. Hello. Carmen Sylvia from New Zealand. Hi. Welcome. What Stork Deliveries does is he rents wooden stork signs to people who just had a baby. I got you. That's different. That's definitely different. Kentucky, actually, I watch you all the time, and yes, we have quite a few people from Kentucky. That's true. Quite a few people from Kentucky. Mikhail is here. Michael. Hey, Jack and everyone. And Judy Wright, not Betty Wright, the cleanup woman. Hey, Jack and everyone. Miss Purdy, Pam Purdy. Hi, everyone from Iowa. Allison, the MC. Big loves from, I'm supposed to know it by the flag, huh? I'm going to go with the UK, but I can barely see it because I don't have my correct specs on, and really nothing is really perfect for reading the stream. Um, Pam Donnelly, hey, Indiana's right across the river from Kentucky. Indiana wants me. Lord, I can't go back there. I just can't do it, Neil. Stork steak would be better. What's wrong with you? Maybe I'll play that John Passett um, clip. He left us in 2014, 10 years ago. But what a funny, very large man he was. Funny thing is, he lost a ton of weight and then he got an aneurysm or something and passed away. But he's a funny, clean comic for the most part. He was. Australia, Allison MC. Wow. Yeah, we hear you're probably the eighth or ninth person we've heard from Australia. So that's great. And I know your time slot is far different than ours. I'll be hearing from Queensland at some point. That would be Alex. Be sure to say hello to Alex if he comes on. Queensland, Australia, right? And Ted Richards says, Dean Taylor, I know, a one-hit wonder. I'm a two-hit wonder. I've got the Bob Joyce topic and the live shows. M. Silva is here from the Lone Star State. She made it live. Kind of warm in here. I didn't turn up the AC high enough. Nancy Whitmore is here. Hello from Maine. Oh, we haven't made it up to Maine this summer. Yeah, we have not made it up there. How is it going in Maine? Nancy DeMarco. Hello, Jack and family from Hot Springs, Arkansas. Now, maybe you can be, are you just going, Nancy, to the Sunday Bob Joyce service, or did you attend festivities today? I seem to remember you as a Sunday only, but I could be wrong. Well, let me know here. I mean, if you were there today or even tomorrow, we might come on and pop on at 8:00 at night, and we could you could call me, and because I realized that when we did that with Karen, you could hear her just fine, so we could take your call. And not that I wouldn't love video, I would love both. You know, it's not this commercial they used to run. Do you want stuffing or potatoes? What? I want my mashed potatoes and I want my stuffing. And I'm going to put butter on both of them. I don't want to hear there's butter in it already. Throw caution to the wind, at least on the holidays, you know? Like that's the only time I've ever done it. It's hot here, I know, right? It's been hot in Savannah, Georgia. 105 was the temperature today. One of Karen's friends that she actually met when she was in Savannah visiting. Did you get enough rain down your way yesterday? We did, Ted Richards. And I was at the diner having French toast. And, I wasn't paying attention. And there was only about 8 people in the diner. And, with Carmen, the best waitress in the world. And then everybody's phone started going off, and we had a tornado alert. In fact, it was a tornado warning till 5 p.m. Warning gets your attention because a watch is, it could happen, I mean, the price of beef could go down, warning means someone's getting a tornado in your area. But it happened, where did it happen now? I think it happened in the Matamoros area, maybe, of Pennsylvania. Maybe Newburgh, and that's pretty close to me. We go to Newburgh to go to Flaming Grill, etc. So, I was wondering, how long am I going to stay in this diner? The rain is beating down, and it's like a glass roof on one side of the diner, which creates a beautiful water wall effect, coming down. So I couldn't wait till it completely stopped. So I took my leftovers and made it for the back door, and of course I got soaked. Um, I just got to keep up on my messages. William Brown hit the Cash App. Well, thank you, Downtown William Brown. I thank you so much. That's Media Guy. Wasn't going to talk about this yet, but I have to thank you. Media Guy 56 is the Cash App. MEDIA. The numbers 56, all small letters for Media Guy 56. Thank you so much, Downtown William Brown. That helps me so much. And of course, there's a thanks button here that you can use as well. So that's very nice. Don't want to be here. Don't want to be here. Richard, you're always a challenge because it's hot. I'm going to learn how to speak Richard. I may have to go to Bosie's for a little while. Do you have Bosie's down there, Richard? Um, I know you took home ec somewhere, but I'm not sure where it was. I was on a golf course in South Florida between 9 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. I'm dead. First I bled, and then I was dead. Well, so you didn't go to Hot Springs. You were telling me I had to go, and you'd even pick me up. But I'll talk about the Hot Springs. Neo, you froze on my end for a while. That's because you have Fat Chance Cable Systems. Fat Chance Cable Systems. Looks good here. Let me know, Kathleen Wiedenbacher, also known as Kathleen Whataburger, and Charlotte Surrett is here as well. So, yeah, it was so hot today, the ice cream truck melted. Oh, we don't know those fancy Celsius degrees, Carmen. We rejected that here in the good US of A. So I have no idea what 12 degrees is here. You don't really mean it was 12 degrees. That's not a Fahrenheit symbol, is it? Don't know. You see, I have a GED. I keep telling you. Belinda Lemon is joining us. Oh, let the party begin. I'm here. Oh, now we can start, right? Thanks, Teddy Pendergrass. No, it wasn't Teddy Pendergrass. It was Teddy Richards. He has a little cute nickname for him, see? I'm into a movie. I wanted to see that movie with Kevin Sobel. I wonder if it's still playing downtown, downtown. 9:15 here, and it says feels like 98. Ready for fall. That's when you'll be seeing me. That's when we'll go to the steakhouse there in Round Rock. That's when. That's when. Did you say you would come? I think they said they would come with me to the Worst Fest, her husband and her. The Worst Fest does not mean the worst fest you've ever been to. It means worst as in like Brockwurst. Um, that's in November. Jimmy Sturr, the 18-time Grammy winner, will be there. I've never seen him there. It's 4 nights and thousands of people show up, but there's 4 stages, different acts. Of course, there's going to be a good dollop of country, a lot of country, I'm sure. And of course, Taylor Swift. No, I'm just kidding. Don't bring your kiddies there. She's not going to be able to tour in Austria and places like that because of threats. It's just terrible times we live in. Good evening, Jane Justice, and everyone. Hope everybody is well. It's been about 88 today in East Tennessee. Yeah, I'm warm right now. I'm not buttoning the shirt, so don't even mention it, Richard. I didn't set my thermostat down far enough. And I'm not going to move this thing and go through all that, Ken Larkin. Good evening. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. 66 WNBC degrees. If you saw the movie Private Parts with Howard Stern, you know what I'm talking about. Sirloin Stockade. That's right, M. Sylvan. You mentioned another place, too. The Worst Fest in New Braunfels. Am I saying that right? I'm never sure. I have been there. There's a restaurant in New Braunfels that my son took me. His lady was with us, and it's not enclosed, but it's real near where all the stores are in New Braunfels, which is, I'm not saying necessarily near the Worst Fest where that's going to be. It's a little further out somewhere, I guess. But I remember eating at this nice restaurant. Then we went into a couple of cool stores, and I know I bought some kind of a T-shirt. That's right, Private Parts. That was the first time I got to see what's his name, Paul Giamatti, who played Pig Vomit, which was wonderful. If you don't know the Howard Stern story, you're saying, what the heck are you talking about? But he was phenomenal, and he was incredible. If you've never seen Paul Giamatti on HBO play John Adams, it's a mini series. Stupendous, stupendous. And of course, he's on Billions. I never really liked that show, about all these rich guys. What's that on Showtime or HBO Max? I think the latter. Hi, Joey Bauer Jr. How are you? I'm glad you did make it. Clarence says it's cold here in Ontario. Well, that means it's supposed to be coming here this way then, usually, right? Right now, 68 degrees here and mostly clear. It's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow. Who's coming to join me in Florida, New York tomorrow? Those not fortunate enough to see Pastor Bob and go praise the Lord Jesus, which is why you go, in Hot Springs at the Horner Hall Theater tomorrow morning. We'll talk all about that. If you are anywhere near Florida, New York, the Hudson Valley, it's going to be 77 and sunny. You don't get better than that. And there'll be 2 stages of music. Jimmy will be on from noon to 2, which is earlier than usual. Believe it or not, a noon start for me is now early. And then at 3:30, there's this group called Tangent. They do a lot of Steely Dan. They do other great oldies. They've been around forever, and they're terrific. They're terrific. Hello, Coco. Coco Renee, good evening. Where are you from again? You told me last time, I think. I thought you have to. Hey, Jack, did you hear about the Republican kittens? Is this a joke? No, I didn't hear about the Republican kittens. Melissa VD, welcome, welcome, welcome. She says, we had a gorgeous day in southern Wisconsin, low 70s, and it is currently 64. Windows are finally open. Yes, yes, yes. Belinda's talking about a movie called Red. I can't believe I never have seen it before. Red. That's not the Warren Beatty film, right? No. You're making me think of a Warren Beatty flop from the 70s. There was a few of those that he did. Actors think they're involved in this big project like Robert Stack. I've told this story before, and most of you have heard it, but he was all set and excited to have a pretty big role in 1941, starring John Belushi, God rest his soul. And he got this call from these new filmmakers. Nothing really significant under their belt. They said, Mr. Stack, we would just love it. We can't pay a lot because we're new and, we're on a pretty thin budget. But I don't know if they offered him a small part of the gross or something like that. But we'd love you to be in our movie. It's called Airplane. And he said, no, I'm doing this big picture, 1941. I don't think I can fit that in. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know you guys. I don't know what this is about. But they asked him again. And he finally, because they told him Lloyd Bridges was in it. That was a sell point. And a few other people that he would know that was in that movie. And he said, well, if you can get it into my schedule, but I really have to focus on 1941. So he was able to do both. And of course, 1941 came out and was it tanked at the box office. Airplane, I think for 8-9 weeks was the number one movie in America. Could have been 3 months. It stayed in the theaters for months and months and months. And everywhere now Robert Stack goes, there's a whole new breed of fans. Young kids say, oh, we loved you in Airplane. We loved you in Airplane. He might have even gotten, I don't know when he did the Unsolved Mysteries, but I don't think he had done it yet. That might have helped him get Unsolved Mysteries. It might have. It might have. It might have. What a fun story, M. Silva. The Texan Cafe and Pie Shop. I seem to remember you talking about a pie shop, but I don't eat sweets. All right. I love pie. The Texan Cafe and Pie Shop in Hutto. Whoever heard of a place called Hutto? Yeah, but they have all these weird names, don't they, M. Silva? Um, in Round Rock. They do. They do. So that sounds fun. Because my son is available, very limited time. Um, he drives. He gets up at sometimes like 2:30 in the morning. I can't tell you how much he loves me talking about this. And then he has to go to bed early because of that. So it'll be very limited time. He's really only off on Sundays. Okay, what else is going on there? Coco is with us, as I noted. Now, let me go down on the screen here. We have 99 watching, 40 likes. Yes, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. Please hit the thanks button. That's a credit card deal, $2, $5, $7, $10, $1, whatever you would like to tip me with, because I'm a poor man these days. That's why I didn't go to Hot Springs. It was just economically just not the right time. As I was racking my brain deciding whether I could go, my monthly responsibilities went up out of the blue, and to spend $1,500-$1,600. I'm 19 hours down the road. To spend $1,500-$1,600 when you add it all up in a day and a half, it just wasn't the right time for me to do that. I work as a background actor in Hollywood. I work as a background actor. It's usually called, well, I guess they may use that term, usually an extra in Hollywood South. In Hollywood South, New Orleans. So you've been in movies? What movies have you been in, Kathleen? Richard Lyon is chatting, and I didn't know he was a golfer, but now I do. Claudette is here as well, if I didn't note that. Surely you can't be serious. Well, first, don't call me Shirley. That you were quoting Airplane. It took me a little while to get that. The lovely, talented, the late great Leslie Neeson. What's his name? What am I saying? Leslie. Why does that not sound right all of a sudden? I don't know. I'm all confused. It got Rip Taylor. He's been gone for a while, right? I used to love Rip Taylor. And Driving Miss Daisy. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. Rip Torn. Right? Leslie Nielsen. It's that simple, right? Why did I blank on that? So funny. And he started out, of course, as a serious actor. Hello, Hunter Elgin from South Carolina. I still miss Rock Hill, South Carolina. I do. Richard says Nelson, but I think it's Nielsen. Nelson was Ricky. Don't ever freebase over a stove in a plane that's thousands of feet in the air. Don't ever do that, Richard. I want you to promise me. That guy, 6. Is JFK still alive? You've got to ask. That's Junior we're talking about. You've got to ask Gene. Gene, he's young and alive. Gene is not 78 years old like Bruce Lee would be. So just do the math and you will find yourself on the path to not saying that Gene Ho, who's, by the way, much better looking than Bruce Lee ever was, is Bruce Lee. Oh, Richard. Well, You saw those photos I did last week. I have to say the one of Carolyn Kennedy looked very good. It did look like how she would look aged. So get me proof on that, even if you have to dress up as a brush and kind of, work your way around hot springs. Wait till it gets cool, though. I'm thinking about you, Richard. Bring yourself a bottle of water that's semi-frozen. Hippie people. I kind of was a hippie, I suppose, to some degree. Kay says Junior's alive. Well, have him come on Worldwide Ramblings, huh? Faith Lloyd. Hi, Jack. I'm Faith. I know you, Faith, from Cincinnati. I wonder how it's going in Hot Springs. Have you heard anything? No. Nancy DeMarco is in Hot Springs, and I think she stopped talking as soon as I said you could call me, and we'll talk to you now. I've heard your voice, Nancy. You have a very nice, booming type voice, and it would be great if you called and spoke to the people. I think they would enjoy that. Even if you haven't been to the Saturday festivities and you're just going to Sunday, it would help me to have that kind of thing. Now, anyone who's watching right now live who went to the Saturday event, email me. I'll check my email right now. I checked it on the phone earlier. No one has emailed me except William Brown. They gave me a backup notice that William Brown sent us $10 on the Cash App, Media Guy, MEDIA. That's lowercase 56, Media Guy 56. Thank you, William Brown. You're a fine American, even though you're from somewhere in Calcutta. I don't know. Barbara Kendall is from the northern Kentucky. So she has a different accent than people that live in southern Kentucky, I think. Oh, I'm just reading what you're saying. Jack, you should look into watching WRSBN. What's that all about? I'll have limited time, limited time, literally and figuratively. I'm in the fourth quarter here. I have an hourglass in my room, and I can't help but notice it's this huge hourglass that there's a lot more sand on the bottom than there is on the top. These are the days of our lives. Oh, yes. I used to watch that from time to time. I did. My first wife liked that show, I think. Am I right about this? I know my mom did. My second wife didn't watch soaps. I don't believe so. That I remember. Miss Safati is here. Susan Safati. So Jill was there. Now, Jill, if you wanted to email me, I would email you back and I would give you a number you could call you wouldn't have to. Oh dear, this could be Nancy. I hope it's not a bill collector. I pay my bills. Well, who's on my Jackie line? Hello, this is Jack.
Jack, it's Nancy. Can you hear me?
I can. Did you say it was Nancy?
Yes, it's Nancy. I don't know why you can't hear me unless it's the hotel.
No, I hear you fine, and I think the audience can hear you because I've got the phone speaker on.
I thought you meant tomorrow. I thought you meant me to call tomorrow.
Well, any time is good, but you are you didn't attend the Saturday. You're just going to Sunday, right?
Just going to Sunday, but my brother flew in from Florida yesterday so he could drive me here in a rental car.
Oh.
And we went to dinner, and we went to some of the stores on the street here, the main row.
Right.
And they said it is so busy this weekend, they don't know what's going on in town. Last weekend they had about 1,000. I don't know how they figured that out, but they had 1,000 people or so coming through. And this weekend is just as busy. So the one person we chatted with, we did tell where we were going tomorrow.
Right.
But yeah, I have a feeling that they're as busy as they are because of the what George Live has going on there.
Yeah, Gene Ho had let me know that the hotel had said they'd never seen anything like this, and then it spilled out into the other hotel. But
Right,
I,
I'm in another hotel and about a half a mile away,
right,
and yeah, and they're busy, and so are the stores on this street. They have a bunch of stores you can go in, nice stuff. But little town, it's definitely a small town.
oh, it
Too
is.
small for me. Oh yeah.
You like where the action is, then, huh?
Well, I come from Long Island. Don't I
Oh,
think
yeah,
I told you years ago, a while ago, a long
right.
time ago. But yeah, so this is way too small town for me. It's picturesque and it's adorable, but I couldn't see living here.
Uh huh.
Especially Gene Ho also came from Long Island, which I where I came from. He came from Long Island, Nassau County, and he lived on the coast. He went to what was it, South Carolina, Myrtle Beach College. He worked in Washington. I can't believe what a small town he moved his family to. So
Yeah,
it's a big change. So I
yeah.
can't wait to go tomorrow.
Oh,
Whether I actually get to see him or touch him or get up close, I don't even, honest to God, I don't care because I'm going to see, honestly, Pastor Bob.
right.
The way I put it is I know who he was, but tomorrow I am going to see Pastor Bob. I
Yeah.
get anointed just from watching his sermons on TV and his singing, especially his gospels. I love them. I mean, I listen to them at home. So, what I'm just so excited. It's like a child on Christmas Eve.
Sure. By the way, Richard Lyon wants to know what part of Long Island you are from.
East, tell him East Meadow.
Yeah, you're actually telling him right
Oh,
now.
East Meadow, Richard. Where are you from?
Richard is from Queens. So,
I was born in Ridgewood, Queens.
uh,
I'm familiar with them all. Astoria, Ridgewood. Uh, there's a whole bunch. But yes, so we're close.
right.
I wish I was as close as Richard though in Florida. I absolutely love Florida. I'm
Yeah.
back again Monday. I'm going back with my brother on Monday. So
Well, yeah, you don't you can cook your pancakes and eggs right on the sidewalk. You don't really
but
need a grill there, you know.
but you can do that in Tulsa too. I
Yeah.
mean, it's always 100
Everywhere, right?
with the heat index. Yes,
Yeah.
and at least there's an ocean in Florida to go to and cool off. Atlantic side and that's where Richard must be. If it's the Atlantic side, it is wonderful. The water's always refreshing.
Yeah.
So
Well, just get there early because I saw all those people. These look like rich ladies, to tell you. I didn't say white
of
ladies,
course,
but
yeah.
rich white ladies, and they're going to be there early, and they're not going to not get a seat. So I would recommend that you get
Well,
there well before 9 o'clock.
oh wow. No, the doors opened at 9.
Yeah.
We plan on being there by 7:30.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
not missing this. I'm here with a broken shoulder, Jack. I
you
had a
are?
broken shoulder 2 weeks ago.
What
Yeah,
happened?
which is I slipped in the shower like any old lady. Although I was so upset. I just slipped. I had a slippery bathtub. I took the mat out because the suction cups weren't working anymore. And before I replaced it, I slipped and fell and broke my humerus, which is not humorous at all.
At all?
Um, no, so the bruising's going away as long as I don't move the shoulder. Actually, the shoulder part doesn't hurt so bad. But yeah, nothing was keeping me away from this. So
I understand. Tell Nancy, don't be nervous. Look for Miss Donna Lambert, and everything will be okay, says Belinda. She just gave her full name out there. So I hope Donna
I
doesn't
will
mind.
look. I will write that down,
Yeah,
and I will look for her.
it's
But
going to be a big crowd.
just coming from the state of New York, tell her I'm not shy about anything.
I know. And you
I'm
don't
not
look,
nervous or shy.
you look great for your age, whatever your age may be. Because,
Stress must have been good for me, Jack. That's what I tell anybody that says that. Cause I
right.
said stress must have been good for me then. So, all right.
So,
Well, it's a pleasure talking to you. And I
pleasure
hope
talking to
tomorrow
you.
I get some good video. My brother's good with the video because I can only got one arm to use right now. But I
Right.
know he's good at that. Pictures, we'll get you something.
And then down the road at a time that's convenient for you, it doesn't have to be tomorrow. We'll chat again here on the mic, and you can,
Okay.
give us your full, what you
Oh yeah,
experienced.
I spy what I Spy Gift for tomorrow. I'll let
Okay.
you know everything I see.
Thank you
All
so
right,
much,
guys.
Nancy DeMarco.
I'll have a good night. Good night, Jack. Bye.
Good night. Well, that's a first, gang. Oh dear. Sam Semi hitting the thanks button, I believe. Yeah, I think so for 6.99. 6.99. I love that. Um, Elvis is alive. I've heard that before. I've heard that before. And it carries a lot more weight than if you tell me Princess Di is alive, okay? I'm not buying that one. I mean, I did see the photos. Sammy, thank you so much for hitting the thanks button. I really appreciate that very, very much. As I thank Downtown William Brown for hitting the Cash App for $10, and then John Jeffries. Oh my goodness, John! I hope this is in your budget and everything. I knew I saw something else go by. I just saw it. Can't seem to be able to round up to $20. That's funny. Well, it's psychological. You don't see them put something on sale for $20. It's always going to be $19.99, and we buy that psychologically that is better. That is cheaper than $20. So thank you, John. I really appreciate that. That will go into my monthly total for September. I'm starting to feel good about September, and August is good. It's I'm not getting rich here or anything like that, but it gives me some assurance that if equipment gets broken or if we have another opportunity to go somewhere, um, that I'll be able to do it because things are tighter for me than they've ever been. I should have taken Social Security at 66. Yeah, there's that number again, 66. So thank you guys. Thank you very, very much. And that was great to hear from Nancy DeMarco live from a hotel, motel, whatever, in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Uh, so if I missed some comments here, I love the Hot Springs area, Melissa says. I've never been there. There's a guy, though, at one of those Family Dollars. There's like 3 Family Dollars, and this is a manager at a Family Dollar. My son used to deliver to Family Dollar stores, his first trucking job. It draws a lot of new guys in because, nobody wants the job of delivering to these kind of places. It's 6 days on the road, 1 day off, and you end up with employees that don't want to be helping and that don't want to do it, don't want to unload the truck, and they can take forever and delay you and what have you. He ran into this one manager in Hot Springs at a Family Dollar. And he had quite long hair, and he was just arrogant, and he gave my son a lot of trouble. Then he called the company and complained about him. Oh boy, I got to remember about turning the other cheek, right? Not that I could handle the guy. Who am I kidding? Bus lady, hello, Jack. It was in the middle 40s overnight here in eastern South Dakota. Oh my goodness. What would I do if I went to South Dakota? How would I keep warm? I don't think I could count on Governor Nome. Don't let her kill any more goats or dogs, will you? We love you, Christy. Don't hurt your brand. Speaking of hurting your brand, oh boy. TMZ is reporting that Trump said out loud that Kamala Harris is a bitch. This is not helpful. You've been told this, President Trump, by everybody. Michael Savage has got a whole video. Watch Michael Savage as he's cooking. The latest one, the latest date from a few days ago. Advice for President Trump. Don't call her names. Don't say she's stupid. Don't say what color she is. Don't talk about that. Just stick to policy. Scott Baio came on Fox News. Chachi himself, he's about ready to do a movie. He's got a beard for this movie. And he was saying, we just want him to stick to policy. This is so important, this election. Don't, even when you're in a funny mood at your, like last night, he was in Montana late. Hey, he had plane trouble. Praise God that it didn't turn worse, you know. He had to drive. They had to drive him like 3 hours or something. They had to park they were able to make a safe landing. And then I don't know, at some point they got another plane. They're not using that one, of course. But thank God that President Trump was protected once again. I believe God's got his hand on him because God has a sense of humor when it comes to President Trump. And he doesn't want Kamala ruining the United States of America and that awful, awful Minnesota governor who didn't protect his own state, violated his sworn oath, and let the riots happen. The buildings are burning, and he and his wife are in their protected mansion with lots of security. She opens up the window so she can smell the burning tires from the riots in the street. You know, and the attitude was, well, when you don't have equity, this is what happens. Oh boy. So thank you, Sammy, for $6.99. It's interesting what you say about not rounding off, but that's fine with me. Oh, Mikhail, it's not helpful. It's not helpful. This is what Lyndon Johnson told J. Edgar Hoover. Did you see that movie? Who was playing Lyndon Johnson? He was very good. I can't remember because there's been more than one, that have done this. But J. Edgar Hoover, they're in the presidential limo, and he's all excited, J. Edgar Hoover, because he's got video of Martin Luther King audio, um, apparently committing adultery, and they're doing the deed, and he's all excited to play this for the president, and the president's go, ooh wee, oh, listen to that, ooh wee, and then when Hoover turns off the tape, he looks at him and he says, Edgar, this is not helpful. You will not use it. This is not helpful. I'm trying to get my civil rights legislation passed. This is not helpful. No. So there you go, Joey Bauer. Hit the like button, please. Yes, 60 already have, but we got 120 listening now. You never know what's going to happen here on a Saturday party. Really, I was deathly afraid of this one because I didn't know if I'd get anybody. If there is somebody watching us right now that was at the Saturday event in Hot Springs, it was a full house, and you're watching me right now live on a Saturday night, the 10th of November. It was the 10th of November, a night I'll always remember, because that was the night Nancy DeMarco called in from the motel hotel. Yeah. I will look for Donna Lambert. She's joining us now in the chat. And thank you, Nancy. You bought my daughter's book. Jeez. Yes, and I'll remember the title any moment now. Do I have a picture of it? I have the book, of course. I almost had it. It was there, and then it left my head. But you bought that for your grandchildren, maybe, perhaps? And I'll think of it. I will. Now some are in the August rush. You mean that they want the hot weather over? Yeah, I won't say that because, the chilly winds blow, and the best time to go to Florida, Richard may be able to back me up on this, is like mid-February. Richard Lyon, the grand patriarch himself, $10 in the thanks button, the $ button here. It's also in the replay. If it doesn't show up right away, it shows up eventually. Or you can go to another recent video and find the thanks button there. It all goes into the same pot. And I'm not talking about the pot that's in your drawer, Richard. Thank you so much. Thank you, Richard. You are certainly, like John Jeffries, like really everybody, not a first-time donor. And it really makes me feel I'm going to be okay for September, September is what we're working on now, the third week of September, actually. And since this is my main gig now, Shell, $1. Every dollar helps. Shell from Canada. So thank you very much, Shelly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It all goes into the pot, goes into the pot. Right Side Broadcasting Network. They are on YouTube, huh? I'll write that down because I'll forget it if I don't. But I'll tell you, there's so much to watch. There's so much to watch. Um, there's Rumble. Dan Bongino has been excellent lately. Tucker is putting him on his TCN network. He's letting him go on there as well. So where did I see that? Right Side Broadcasting Network. Yeah. Okay. And it's important that I spend time just preparing this and what are we going to do next and that kind of thing. Williams syndrome. What is Williams syndrome? Belinda Lemon. She talks to Jill and Terry. Is that really Nancy you're talking to? I don't know. Neo has seen The Right Side. They cover all Mr. T stuff, Jack. Mr. T stuff. He has a show. I know he wears Skechers. Mr. T loves his Skechers. He says into the camera. I love my Skechers, by the way. I have 2 pairs of Skechers. Brenda is here. Brenda Noyce. Hello, Brenda. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jill, doors open at 9 a.m., but ticket holders are seated first, huh? Really? Oh, boy. See, that's not really the way things change, because you never know what it's going to be. But that doesn't surprise me, It doesn't surprise me. And I bet you that most of them are going to go. I mean, when I looked at the women, and there were some men at the door, it was mostly women. I said that every one of them is going to the Horner Hall Theater tomorrow. So I'm glad I don't have the stress of that. I'd like to show up in November and the barn would be available, the horse stable. It's easily done if they have the right crew to get it done. It's really something that needs to be done quickly. And they say, who does this Willard think he is? Who does this Willard think he is? Stacy be saying, I'll probably slap him. If he walks in here, I'll slap him. Richard October. She wouldn't do it in the church, though. I'm not saying that. Richard October is hurricane season, and it starts really before that, doesn't it, Richard? Doesn't it? It started. You already had when it first touched down, Richard, was it a tropical storm or was it a Cat 1 hurricane? Yeah, it goes for a while too, So December, January, February are wonderful months to go to Florida. I'd like to spend all 3 months there. But Richard says, you come around here. He sang that Tom Petty song to me. Don't come around here no more. Don't come around here no more. I know I'm not in key, Kathleen. I know it. But thank you for the $5 anyway. I appreciate that. She's hitting the thanks button. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Kathleen Wiedenbacher, also known as Kathleen Whataburger. People travel from all over the world. Should have been a stadium. I would be ticked if I couldn't get in for a special event. See, space is always the problem, isn't it? And I still don't know how many seats are in the Horner Hall Theater. I don't know. Is that online somewhere? Can somebody find that? Nancy Whitmore, $4. Thank you so much. and also in memory of her husband, Terry. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. $4 from Nancy, $1 from Shell, 5 from Kathleen Wiedenbacher. It all goes into the till and helps me out. Um, and then those that donate on the Cash App, I get that quicker. I get more of it, but I'm thrilled for either one. I'm thrilled for either one. I'm Cash App Media Guy 56, MEDIA. The number's 56. Let's go back to email and see if I've gotten something. A reminder that William Brown sent you. Yes. All right. Jill Riley is in Hot Springs. Let's see. I shouldn't have said your last name probably, right? Because I think you don't use it online. I got to get used to this. Had a fabulous Friday and Saturday here. Anxious for tomorrow. I'll have lots of photos for you. Ticket holders will be seated first at 9 a.m. And so how many, and that's the ticket holders that actually show up, but I have a feeling that's going to be a very high number. So now we need to know how many seats, so I can stress people out here. How many seats are in the Horner Hall Theater? Is that known? Do they say that? I didn't find it, and Gene didn't know it. So, yeah, it's a free event, but if there's not a seat for you, then what, Then what? We've got to think bigger, guys. We've got to think bigger. For next year, we got to think bigger. Bigger, bigger, bigger. And that horse stable needs to be up by Christmas at the latest. You just can't have people coming from New Zealand and told there's no room in the tiny fellowship hall. You can't do it. There could be another space right there in Benton that you could switch to. It's just, it doesn't matter if you've got the space. It doesn't matter how fancy it is. It doesn't matter if it used to be a department store and you put seats up in it, folding chairs. You're getting the people in. You're getting the people in. They're coming to take me away. They're coming to take me away. So, all right, Jill, you don't have to call us, but you could call me. I would give you a number if you wanted to tell us about what happened today. In terms of photos, if you can hit the video button, that would be great. Maybe in the lobby of the Horner Hall Theater, and just talk it up a little bit. Bring your personality. If you want to put your friends in there, that's fine. Try to keep it in frame. Whatever you can do, Jill, we will appreciate it. We will appreciate it. Back I go. But if I'll keep checking just in case you wanted to say hello on the phone. Some pictures have been posted on Household of Faith on Facebook, huh? Okay. Let's see here. Just don't want to knock the stream off. Yeah, check that out on Pastor Bob Joyce Official. Pastor Bob Joyce Official. And you will see that looks kind of small. That baptismal tank. I'm not being critical. I'm thinking of this John Pissett, who's passed away. He would not fit in that one. He would not. It probably is bigger than it looks. Oh, so we're seeing the Horner Hall Theater here. Okay. So if you go to Pastor Bob Joyce Official, you will see backstage. And there's other pictures. It's the front of the stage. The stage looks big. Pastor Bob has got his red organ, just like the guy downstairs has, who plays obviously as well. And a nice pulpit. I'm looking at the stage. I will do a video on this for those that don't get to this, but I'll be doing it from my phone, so it's limited quality. And so afraid to let's see here. There's a real great picture of Pastor Bob. I'm trying to look and see the seats. They're folded. They're regular chairs. They're not built-in theater seats. So I'm seeing behind him. I'm seeing some seating, but that's just one side of the auditorium. Pastor Bob looks great, um, as he is tinkling on the ivories, tinkling on the ivories. Or is he tickling the ivories? I think that's the way to say it. Sorry. Uh, the man has hair that everybody in the world wants. Every guy wants that hair. God bless you, Pastor Bob. You're doing a wonderful job there. Um, he's such a wonderful piano player, just a soul full of talent that's given by God. Amen. Love you, Pastor. So there you go. I'm just looking at these pictures myself. Again, the stage is very big. The stage is very big. I mean, you could have guest singers behind them, behind him. They're looking at the baptismal, which looks like sort of like a garbage can, but only not that shape. And they're having a meeting there. Bob is looking very trim, by the way. He's looking great. He's looking great. And there's the pictures of Safely Home that he's going to, posters of the Safely Home CD that he's going to autograph for you if he's not doing it already. I think I see a Sharpie. So he's autographing those posters. And but remember, the CD itself is not going to be ready in time, is not ready in time, but it should be available soon. Okay. But it's a beautiful poster. And he is signing them. He is pre-signing them. Because let's face it, he's going to have a lot more people. It's impossible for him to sign and take pictures with every person and then do a baptismal service, which I think is about 150 people. So there you go. Go to Bob Joyce Official, put up by Katie, and you'll be able to see that. And you can join that Facebook group if you haven't already, as long as you remember to mind your P's and Q's. Don't say the E word. I was told even I could join. Katie said I could join on September 31st. And I don't mind waiting. I will join on September 31st. Okay. Okay. This is one of the strangest live shows I've ever done, but thank you for that tip. Thank you for that tip. I still couldn't get a good shot of the audience to see how many chairs that I could estimate. I may have to forward an email to Jack of Ted singing if Ted won't do it on his own. Well, see, Ted has to agree. And then, of course, I run into problems. I certainly wouldn't do it on a live stream because it would make null and void what we get from the live stream. I can see the reason being YouTube doesn't want me to try to sneak something on. They'll cut the audio in real time. They'll cut it in real time, and I understand that. If it's pre-recorded, then they have time to make a judgment whether they're going to allow it or not. We live in the house of Google, and they often do allow it, but they tell me it can't be monetized, which is fine. It's just a video sharing someone else's work, and they want to get my subscribers to watch. Some of them do, some of them don't. Just because you have 8,500 subscribers doesn't mean 8,500 subscribers are going to watch it or are going to watch what we're doing right now. It's just that they will know about it potentially. We have 123 watching right now. Please hit the subscribe button, the like button. I'd love to get to 10,000 subscribers. Wings of Pegasus is now up to 403,000. He's got a great open. I'm thinking about an open. I'm going to have to work with somebody that's really good to do it for me. And, I'll send them some material and then maybe they can do it. But then what kind of a song am I going to use? they're going to want to know what my music license, they're going to want me to give them the music license for that to be able to use it, unless it's a very generic theme, you know? I don't know what I'm saying anymore, Richard. But thank you, Jill. If you do want to call in and say hello to everybody, now that we're a radio talk show, it seems, uh, just let me know in the email and I'll give you a number where you could do that during this live stream. Now, it doesn't work when we're in replay. The replay, the reflex, whatever. That was the other group. When I was thinking of Alex from Queensland, Australia, I was thinking of Duran Duran, of course. But there's probably another one, right? Jess S is watching. Hi, everybody. Jess S. Very interesting name. Where are where are you watching from, Jess S? I'd love to know. Belinda, does Ted sing "Be My Little Teddy Bear"? So you do Elvis there, Teddy? Ted? Jody Smith, everyone should be praying for Pastor Bob's safety. Knowing what almost happened to President Trump, we all should pray that Pastor Bob has lots of security. Most people tell me he does, and then they tell me the people in the church are packing too. I mean, my goodness, they're ready. You know what I'm saying? Just don't, I don't even want to say what just came to mind, but I'm saying we don't want anybody innocent getting caught in the crossfire, right? Paul Bennett, hi, Jack and family. How are you? Boy, we're moving fast here. OMG. Yeah. People in Arkansas have permits to carry. They do. So where is Jess S? She's still here? Nancy DeMarco, I looked. Oh, that's so good. 1,850 seats. Now, do we have any idea? Let's give you another math question. Do we know how many seats the convention center holds? Because it looked pretty full, but they were using half the people were. It was like a banquet hall. It was like we were at a wedding. Half of them were in round tables, and then some beyond and back of them had regular seating. So, yeah. So we need to know, but that is a very good number because I was thinking it was going to be like 600, Nancy. So you may not have to use your taser gun to gain entry. You may not have to. Don't taser grandma, for goodness sakes. She can't take it. Um, yeah, I just don't. I never Neo just don't understand those songs as being. I mean, they're catchy. I understand them being hits. I understand Simon has talent, and the other guy, whatever his name is, all that. But nothing that I would say, "Wow, I want to hear that song again." But in 1967, a song was released by the association called Cherish, and I could still hear it every day of my life here in 2024. And that's not the only association song that I would say that about. I'd say the same about Everything That Touches You, one of the prettiest love songs ever. And I love Along Comes Mary. Try to keep up with that. Somebody, hey, Carmen, do Along Comes Mary by the association. You're going to have to go at 80 miles an hour. I swear, I'm not sure when they sang that song if they didn't have someone holding up a cue card, like when Johnny Cash sang "I've Been Everywhere, Man." Is that what it's called? I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to, and then three times he's gonna have a list. I cannot imagine. I know when he was in the recording studio, he had it in front of him, but when he did that song live with about 12 songs each, 12 towns or states or cities to rattle off. It was cities or towns that he was talking about. There's no way he could have done that without somebody holding up something that had, all right, this is the first rap, this is the second, this is the third. It would have been real cool theater if he said, I'm going to sing a song now that is very difficult for me to remember the cities and the towns I'm going to be talking about in order, and I've got to mention about 36 of them. So I'm going to ask three children to come up here, and we've got these big cue cards for you to hold up, and you hold them up, and when I point to you, hold them up high, and I'm going to sing from your cue card. I don't see how it could be done any other way, Ted Richards. I just don't see it. My Vegas days were years and years ago, Victoria. Yes, he was in the High Hot Hat Lounge. He was in the what do they call that? Harris. Harris. I went in Harris, and it wasn't looking as fine as it used to look, but we did stop in there. It's now or never. And I think the answer may be never shall. You will never hear him say it. You will never get to play it. I should have never drank tequila first. See, I put it in here. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Here I started off WBUZ in 1977. I wonder if Bob Diamond ever watches me. I'm still looking for Jess S to let us know where she's watching from. Could be a friend of mine. I don't know. I don't know. So I got my medication here. Well, I found the cholesterol medicine. And then I found the Zetia, which is the same kind of thing. So when you're starting to take medication on the air, this is a sign of old age, Jody. Another great song, Jody. Everyone knows it's windy and Windy's got. Oh, come on. I should be able to rattle that song off. I'm only supposed to do 10 seconds, though. I don't want to cause myself any trouble. Yes, I'm in trouble. Lindsay looks pretty good. Have you seen him? Lindsay Buckingham looks pretty good for his old age. He does. What's in that water bottle, Jack? Gin, of course. No, it would be vodka if I was trying to do something like that. I never drank straight liquor. And on the rocks is drinking straight liquor only cold. So, no. You have to put my rum in the margarita. You have to give me a vodka sour, I shake it up real good and be frothy. I like it frothy, Brenda Noyce. I like it frothy, whoever Mike Firth is. Stormy Eyes. No, I only know Stormy Shell. I know Hungry Eyes by the late, great Eric Carmen. Passed away just a few months ago. You guys know your music. Yes, yes, yes. What's Richard Lyon liking? I would walk 100 miles for you. Who the heck did that? Was that Johnny? 100 miles? That's it? 100, yeah, I thought it was 106 for a minute. So you wouldn't walk 110 miles for Jacqueline Smith back in the day? Let's see here. Mike Fortner you're talking to, I think, right? Yeah. Joey, I'm here for you, Brenda. I would love to take that pain away. I don't know, Brenda. You've got something that, it comes through you and Belinda and a few others. What's John Jeffries saying? The Proclaimers, 500 miles. I've never heard of that. I'm going to write that down, John Jeffries. I wish I could just go right to Spotify, which I pay for, and they get paid if I hit it. I wish I could do that. I wish that could be something that could happen. It would make this show wonderful if I could do that. You get these music licenses, and they're only good for 2 or 3 countries. Be here, the UK, and one other. And they block you in the rest of the places so people that were watching wouldn't see it. and it's like 2 grand a year for a music license. It's just too much, Richard. Okay, Richard, you got your math right now. 500 miles. That's a lot of miles to walk, Richard, at your age. I know you get your exercise because you don't just sit in the truck. You have to get out of that truck. Brenda, hope you are feeling better. Yes. Speaking of feeling better, let's extend well wishes for speedy recovery for Mark Levin. He has missed Thursday and Friday radio show, and he is missing his Fox show tonight. So I don't know what the deal is with him. I know that he probably doesn't have a pretty good diet. That's been joked about on the air before. He likes the Mickey D's a lot, and at 66 years old, it's not a good thing to have a lot of Mickey D's, is it, Richard? I know you're a young man. So did you use a golf cart, or did you have a caddy, or were you your own caddy? That's what I want to know, Richard. I said, be careful. His bow tie is really a camera. That's yeah, you can put a camera everywhere these days, right? I mean, back in the day, you could get caught a lot easier. Chuck Berry got caught when he opened up a restaurant and put a camera in the ladies' room. They found him. That was if you don't know about Chuck Berry, and I won't point you to any proof of it, but he was a real pervert. Mega talented, but a definite pervert. Nancy DeMarco, we shouldn't be talking about these things. Why did you make me say it? Sorry, it's Media Guy, yeah, small m. It's all lowercase, Media Guy 56. And I just felt they click. Oh, I should check my email just in case Jill wanted to say howdy. I don't know. I don't know. Um, oh, yeah. Now, Friday sign in. This is me and, of course, Gene. Um, when you say Gene, I'm thinking of Gene Ho. Oh, I see. You're going to show me a picture. Well, aren't you a hottie there, Jill? And who's that good-looking man next to you? Oh, that's Gene Ho. Much better looking than uh, Bruce Lee ever was. Let me know if in a future show we can show this picture. Okay, I don't want to violate your privacy. I already accidentally mentioned that you were the daughter of Jeannie C. That could actually be. Very nice picture. And he looks like he's such a kind man. And Richard, it's a good thing you can't see Jill. You'd be chatting her up. No, you're married. I forgot. Vivian, I didn't mean to say that. Vivian Lee Lyon. I forget who's single and who's not sometimes. And so I didn't know we had anybody that young watching, and it does my heart well. Oh man, Jill, I wish I could have been there. Um, I went back and forth racking my brain, and then something out of the blue came up to let me know that I had more monthly responsibilities than I thought I did, and that just took the wind out of my sails. I should have been there. Should have been there, and I apologize that I wasn't. Well, look at that. All right, we won't chat you up tonight, but that video would be great. Video that you can get would be wonderful. Obviously, you don't film during a church service, but afterwards, uh, if you find someone that you could do an interview, become a reporter. Just try to keep it in frame, and do it. Go for it. This is your chance to be a reporter and come here on the virtual Church of the Disillusioned, and everybody see your work. Some might have their own channel and say that's where it's going, so I understand that too. Terrific. Terrific. Just don't want to X out the wrong thing here. Inbox. Now I seem to have frozen things. I hope this works. Thank God it went back to live stream where I can see you. Okay. Oh dear. I have to keep my phone up these days because that's how I know about Cash App. And in this case, how I might hear from you if you were at the big festivities today in Hot Springs and would like to call and talk about it. But a video that you send me at some point when you're ready um, would also be wonderful. Um, from your phone or what have you, and I'll have Andy come up here. That's his department, and load it to a video, and I'll introduce you. So Jane Green, who has given before, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Um, thank you so much, Jane Green. $50 on Cash App, $50, and that is so very much appreciated. As I say, I'm just trying to keep up with my debts and be prepared if something goes down, and possibly be able to do some remote broadcasting, you know. So thank you, Jane Green, from the bottom of my heart. But I'm just also excited about Shell, another dollar from Shell. It all goes into one big pot. Well, I say big, but it goes into a pot, you know, and of course, Google takes a portion of each donation. And but with Cash App, I get most of it, and I get it almost instantly within a few days, you know, a few days. So thank you, Jane, and thank you, Shell. You are swell. That actually came into my text. So let's see here. Um, just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Any new emails? Cool. We're up to date right now. We're up to date. It was so cool to have Nancy DeMarco call us and talk to us. So if you've missed any part of this show, you'll want to see the replay. As soon as we finish this broadcast, it will be immediately available for replay usually. And we'll have another thumbnail from the church, or from the conference. Yes, Jane. You got me. I got you. I got you, babe. Yes, I am. And even if you get an email from me, my surname comes up. So Raul Havana is here, but he's more interested in talking to Brenda. He probably said hello to me already. Well, he said, good evening, everyone. Welcome, Raul. Let me see who I might have missed here. Not hearing from Jess S. again. I wonder if she's still here. Melissa VD. Talking about somebody's wife was super nice to talk with as well. Oh, you're talking about Walina, right? You're talking about Walina. Yeah, everybody says Walina is very nice. Very nice. She is the grand matriarch of Household of Faith, you know. Jill has been married for 54 years. That's not possible. Not the Jill. I don't know how many Jills we got. There could be more than one. What if, can you come on here and be the same name as someone else and not have to put like, you know, another letter or something like that? Because the Jill I'm looking at is not 54. If so, you are using those Suzanne Summers products that Karen started using. You've been married for 54 years. Yeah. Well, you're not in your 70s, though. The Jill I just like, no, there's no possible way. No possible way, Renee. So we may have two Jills. It's getting confusing, Richard. I may have to have an extra therapy session now with my counselor, but he never seems to want to make one. I don't know why. One of my high maintenance or something. They can put a camera behind the toilet bowl. Yeah, you're definitely from Queens, New York, aren't you, Richard? Sometimes it sounds more like you're from Hoboken, so they can see, so they can. I won't read any more, but yeah, it's easier than ever to spy on you. Ask Tulsi Gabbard, who's on the government watch list. Now, they may have eased back when she started going on and talking about it, but she had a hard time at the airport. Her husband, good looking man, had a hard time at the airport. She is what is it, a lieutenant colonel in the National Guard. She's been in the reserve. She was full time in the service at one time and a former congresswoman from Hawaii, but she committed the big crime of going from being uh, a solid Democrat. They wanted to, oh, they loved her. They wanted her to be their spokeswoman, to becoming an independent and taking the side of the Republican Party on many issues. So this is the times we live in, folks. And if November 5th, if we don't get Trump back in there, we've lost it all. We've lost it all. It's a shame. It's a shame. So pray, pray, pray about that. And then, they've been talking more and more. I'm sorry if I missed your comments. They've been talking more and more about if Trump should win. Oh, ho, ho, ho. It's time for the 25th Amendment to be exercised here. We can't have a convicted felon assume the office of president. Oh, no. And you know what that would do in this country. I wouldn't have anything to do with it, but that is what could well happen. We don't want that to happen. We don't want that to happen. We want honest, fair elections, and the person who wins honestly and fairly gets to assume the office. That's real democracy. The democracy that I've known all my life here in the United States of America. So there you go. There you go. Yeah, Tampon Tim, Raul. Oh my goodness. Yeah, because every 8-year-old needs tampons in the boys' room. 8 years old. We're talking about elementary school on up. Yeah, well, they do need them because then, as the teacher is teaching and turns her back to write on the blackboard, do they still write on the blackboard, or is it all computer now? I'm so out of date. But as soon as she turns her back for any reason, they'll be throwing tampons around the classroom. That's what you'll get there. And I'm sure you already have. I'm sure of it, Jody Smith. Cackles Kamala. Oh yes, they've been shouting at her speeches, but the pro-Palestinian people, and she shuts them down pretty good. So she says, well, if you want Trump to win, do that. Well, you're there to, even if they have to toss you out, you're there exercising your right of free speech, But there comes a time when you've exercised it, and now other people in the room have rights. I get that. And she should get to speak to those people, just like Trump. Same thing, It's what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Let's see here. It's just a sad, sad thing. I mean, this there are congressmen and senators now that were in the military that are very much against Tampon Tim, and the idea that you take an oath to protect your state and you let it burn to the ground in spots of Minneapolis, for example. My voice is getting kind of low there. Is horrendous. And to me, it's a violation of your oath and should be a crime. Should be a crime. What's going to happen on September 18th? What do you think Marchand is going to do? Is he going to vacate the charges? I'd love to see that. I don't think he'll do that, or just, give a fine or probation or both, that kind of thing. I don't think he's going to. The Supreme Court would step in, but they don't want to step in yet. They don't want to step in yet, you know. So we hope that doesn't happen. So thank you, Jane Green, and thank you, everybody that been so kind to me. Thank you, Jane Green, and thank you, Downtown William Brown on the Cash App. Yeah, that's me. Small letters, Media Guy 56, MEDIA, Media Guy 56. Doesn't have to be big, either $2, $5, whatever, if it's your budget. Sam Sammy, Jack is John. But that is not my professional name. I've been Jack since 1977. 1977 at WBUZ, the sound of the country at 1570. Wonderful crew there, even though Hammer and Hank Seraphin, he's passed away now. He was a hoot to work for. He dressed like Herb from WKRP in Cincinnati. He was not only the owner, he was the sales manager. He was the host of What's Your Opinion? And on a country show station on Saturday, he hosted Hammer and Hank's Polka Party. And in that one, he actually did the engineering. So he would shut off records on the air, and it was a wild time. But I'll tell you, he had in the summertime he would have white shoes, maroon polyester pants, white belt, like a yellow shirt, a very loud, wide '70s tie, and the kind of jackets that Herb would wear from Herb. Was it Herb from WKRP in Cincinnati? Herb? It doesn't sound right all of a sudden. I think so. I don't know, Richard. I don't know. Amen, Deborah. Thank you for stopping by. You sure did, Jane. You sure did send it right. Don't be surprised if it ain't Harris. Surprise, surprise. Don't be surprised if it's not Tim Walz. Don't be surprised if it's not Tim Walz. They can't get rid of Kamala. They didn't want to knight her, but they knew what it would look like if they didn't. They would knew what it. Don't be surprised if it's not Tim Walz, because there's so much blowback, and they don't want a VP that's going to bring down the system. Now, they didn't want Shapiro for two reasons. He's Jewish. I can't believe I'm saying this. And that would alienate the squad and all the progressives. So it's okay. Let me guess. This is where we've come. We're back to this is like 1964 in Selma, is it? And by the way, there were a lot of great people in Selma then, and there's sure a lot of great people in Selma. They weren't all, and the Ku Klux Klan had not enveloped all of Alabama, for goodness sakes. There was an organization that was causing problems. So they don't want to alienate. They don't want to alienate the ticket. So they may make a switch at the convention. He may not get the votes to be the vice president. That's a separate vote, right? It's not just she, or is it? I'm not sure. Does she? Hey, it's who I picked. That's who I'm taking. Do they have a roll call vote on the vice president? I know there's already a number of Democrats that are going to vote, and these are the pro-Palestinian ones that are. I think it's 1,000 or more that are not going to vote for Kamala at the convention. Poke salad Annie, got your granny. Gonna pick me a mess of it. Tony Joe White. Yeah, you know it. That's about all we had to eat. I'm thinking of lyrics from that song. Everybody says it was a shame that my daddy was working on a chain gang. I don't know. Richard Hillary. Again, Richard, you type too fast. Looking like a lion for the kill. Well, she's unhappy. Yeah, she is. But she had to say that, well, we had Barack, and we had, I know what you'll say, Richard. We had Barack and we had Barack and Michelle on Kamala's cell phone, the vice president's cell phone, endorsing her. After 5 days of silence, crickets, crickets, crickets. She's always lurking, huh? You think so, Richard? Um, you just have to understand how that would look, you know. Um, Kamala is part Jamaican, part Indian, but she identifies as black. And so to take her out off the ticket, oh, it wouldn't be easy to do that, you know. Why? Because she's not qualified to be vice president? Is that your reasoning? What do you think, Melissa VD? There's an old video from the U.S. National Archives called Don't Be a Sucker. I see. Yeah, I know, Richard, with your big mic, and you're not talking about Jersey mics, subs. Do you have Jersey mics near you, Richard? Do you go there for lunch sometimes and get yourself a big sub? I bet you get the giant saying, "Oh, I'll put it in my cooler and eat the other half later." And then you eat the whole thing. Yes, if you're not in New York, Connecticut, Jersey, where there's great deli, Jersey Mike's is your best bet. I had a sandwich right down there in Port St. Lucie, Florida, and that was the closest I could get to deli. I love Jersey Mike's. So why aren't they one of my sponsors, huh? I've been going to Jersey Mike's since they were in Rock Hill, South Carolina. They still are, I'm sure. But that's when I first encountered Jersey Mike's. And it's the closest thing to a hard roll you're going to get in some places. Spicy, huh? What's spicy? Where'd you go, Ted? Belinda is having, she's pining for you. That's what it is. She's pining. Obama likes Jersey Mike's. Oh, Richard. We may have to put you in the corner again. You have to stay after class. Is Kamala Native American or is she from India? Someone said she was born. What did they say? Yeah, there's always that. Was she born in the United States of America? Obviously, she would tell you yes. She was raised in Canada, right, Shell? Right? I just remembered that. She was raised as a kid in Canada. Am I not right about that? Huh? The jalapenos I am growing are what is spicy. Well, Happy Jalapeno donated here. Happy Jalapeno did. Early on, Adrian Sternov was first. But we have Nancy DeMarco, we have Anastasia, Jody Smith, Cheryl Larson, John Jeffries, multi-giver, including tonight. Thank you. Ted Richards, Barbara Kendall, Judy Wright, not Betty Wright, Elizabeth Gilbert. Now, Elizabeth, are you watching tonight? Because you're going, supposed to be going. Things can change. I understand that you're supposed to be going tomorrow. Looks like there'll be a seat for you. Looks like they will have enough seats. But I would love it, Elizabeth Gilbert, if you shoot some video tomorrow and attach it to my email. As I say, anyone who doesn't know how, and I'm one of them, doesn't know how to attach video to an email, just find any 12-year-old and have him show you how to do it. I'm not saying, take him from where he's at. Jane Green, thank you so much, Jane. Nancy Whitmore, and in memory of Terry, Kathleen Wiedenbacher, Richard and Vivian Lyon, Patrick Files, Jill, who's not in her 70s, not the Jill I just saw, because it's a current photo with Jean Ho, I know how when people die, they're like 92, and you see this 22-year-old picture in the obits. Cindy in South Louisiana. Dennis, where are you? In Boston. Dennis, my cousin. And Jay Masters, I want to tell you something, and you're not here. Are you having a little bit of adult beverage in a hotel somewhere on this Saturday night? You didn't show up on Wednesday night. David Staten, bless you, Jack, from Cottonwood, Arizona. Well, welcome. What's the temperature there tonight, David? I know you have a dry heat. Jane Green, top dog tonight. Awesome. Yeah, thank you. But Richard, you have given many times as well. And I always love it when I see new names, and I'm excited for any amount. And I don't even want to mention this. So Lane Dye, 1999. I want to say the people. Tom Jones, $20. Kimberly, $2. Tom then came back with another $4. Nancy DeMarco, this is all on the Cash App, $5. Downtown William Brown, 10 that time and 10 again. Shelley from Canada, multiple donations. Sam Semi, multiple. Patrick Files, multiple. Elvis Rock, I forgot you tonight. We've been so busy. I saw it. Elvis Rock again donated on the thanks button. Thank you, Elvis Rock, and donated previously as well, numerous times. Kim Sebloskis donated. Rhonda Ledbetter, Belinda Lemon, Chris and Katina Swatsworth. Got a good report on Katina's daughter. She's doing better. Debbie Inglis, keep her daughter in prayer. Debbie Inglis, Jane Justice, June Joyner, Belanca Venlarop, Ken, Woodsley Summercraft, Rob, yes, thank you, Rob, and Susan Carter multiple times, Cash App and the thanks button, and Helen B. You guys blow me away. I thank you so much. What's Marianne Rossi, not Donna Rossi, saying? Hi, Jack. So in other words, how many people from this group do you think are going? Well, I can just say this, Marianne from New Jersey. We have done our part for this. We have done this part, and I could have been there. I could have been there. But we have brought a lot of people to Household of Faith, I think, from various states and from around the country, but many of them came watching directly Pastor Bob's sermons and hearing his praise services. I understand that. And so I would say it's more than a dozen. Certainly, that would be my guess from what people have told me here in the comment section alone and in the email. Selena's here. Hello, Selena, another person who has given. Did I say that this time? Thank you, Selena. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Stork Delivery says Barry and Big Mike. Okay. Yeah, you just never know. You never know, dear. How come I can't see my on-air sign anymore? You never know, dear, how much I love you. Doo-doo-doo. Yes, there's Alexa with her legs, her mini skirt. Somebody somewhere thinks that's really Alexa who you talk to. Mike Myers is Captain Kirk in a Captain Kirk mask. Well, that's an interesting comment. Selena, hello. Where did you first come in, Selena? Because I can't find it. Just it goes fairly quickly, but not all Wings of Pegasus. You'd have to be a speed reader. Not sure where. Oh, here we go. There you are talking to Richard, Selena, and yeah. Yeah, it is possible to miss the comments, but if you keep talking, I will notice you. It's a moist heat here. Humid, almost need a basting brush outside. Well, that's a creative comment, Neo. Yeah. Alexa, where is Elvis Presley? Oh, dear. That was a good one, Shell. I'll give it to you. Way back, Jack's been here a while. Please don't take my sunshine away. That's all I remember of that. Oh, now is this another Selena, though? Yeah, because I have a Selena B and a Selena M. I know that now. So, hi, Selena M. Just been here a couple of minutes, was taking a nap before coming here. I understand. At least I didn't put you to sleep, right? You were just tired. So, hi, Selena M. Welcome to you. Where are you from again? That answer would be interesting. Yeah. Well, it's only like what, 40 minutes from Benton to Hot Springs? Is it that far? I'm not sure. India, Nancy DeMarco says, she was on with us chatting. She called us on the phone. I don't give the phone to everybody, so don't think I do. Um, Richard will want to call next. I know he will. I know you will, Richard. No cursing. ah. Oh, yes. You did tell me that before. You are at the parish there in Louisiana. Do you know Cindy? La Ferrucci? La Ferrucci? See, I know I'm way off, and that's why I could never be a newscaster. Oh, you're Belinda's daughter, Terry Ann. Not Terry Ann. Terry Lynn. Not Terry Lynn. Well, why did she give you such a difficult name? I'm just Taryn Lemon. Hi. Well, it was creative. My daughter was named after a 1984 hit record. Wouldn't a DJ do something like that by Marillion? Kaylee, I'm still trying to write a love song. Kaylee, it's more important to me than you know. Kaylee, yeah, by Marillion. Their one and only hit that I know of, Jody. But then again, around that time, I stopped listening to the newer stuff coming out. Eating a bowl of Neapolitan ice cream. Oh, I was bad too earlier, Jody. I had some green. I prefer the green chocolate chip mint from Turkey Hill. Do you have Turkey Hill where you are? I'm not saying it's the best ice cream in the world, but it's not too bad. But you know, when it comes to pint ice cream, nobody can touch Haagen-Dazs, in my humble opinion. I mean, you start eating a pistachio, it's vanilla and pistachio nuts ice cream from Haagen-Dazs, and it's real hard not to just keep going. The same with the butter pecan. I can usually eat half of the chocolate with peanut butter and stop because that's so rich. And what's your favorite Haagen-Dazs? And don't tell me Ben and Jerry's is better because that's fake news. That's fake news. Mel Smith called Jack. Who is Mel Smith? Mel Smith, hey everyone. I just got back from the after party in Hot Springs. I thought the after party would be, well, I guess that's right. Saw Pastor Bob tonight at the after party. So now, um, I could end up having, if I do this with the wrong person, I could end up seeing Rachel on Monday changing my phone number, and this time I got to pay $10 or something. But Mel, if you want to call me, email me. I'll take a chance on you. I can dump the call pretty quick if you were, a jokester or using profanity or something. I'm not saying you would, Mel, but I can dump it pretty quick. But yes, I don't have a 5-second delay. So email me at jackthefairguy, Fair, jackthefairguy @gmail.com. I'm not picking my nose, it's just itchy. jackthefairguy @gmail.com. Like you're going to the carnival, carnival. You may not want to speak on the phone, and that's fine. Jack the Fair Guy, Fair Guy, GUI @gmail.com. I think you know how to spell Jack. Yes, there's a C in it. Some people don't use the C, you see. I'm always hungry, Richard, come on. Brother Bruno's brother Bruno's has been closed for 3 weeks. That hasn't been easy for me, Richard. So Thursday they were in there. They're opening on Monday, and they were in there doing some cleaning, and this weekend they're definitely going to be in there making the pre-made lasagnas and stuff that they freeze and stuff like that, and stocking, getting it ready for Monday. They'll probably be off in the evening and work during the day. But Karen and I had our shopping cart full of laundry. Yes, those, plaid bags. Do you use those? And then we get a ShopRite card, and they better never complain about it because I spend a lot of money in ShopRite, and so does Karen, so does Andy for that matter, sort of. And so we're wheeling by Brother Bruno's. The door opens, and here's Antonella, uh, who is his one and only daughter, I think. And we talked for a little bit. And I said, did the time go fast? And she said, it always does. Yeah, it does. Let me go to the email here. And I'm still seeing, and this may be locked in here, but I can go on my phone. There's Jill, and she sure isn't in her 70s. I tell you what, she could be on the telly. You know what the telly is? How's my British people doing? Okay, it went back. And there's Jane in my email, and there's Jill. She's going to send photos, but for tomorrow. But video would be great at some point. And since you look like you do, you look like you would be on a network reporter. So think about it. Think about it. Don't be shy. We're all family here. The Virtual Church of the Disillusioned Family. I know it's not catchy. But so write me an email and tell me all about that experience if you don't want to come on. jackthefairguy@gmail.com. And at your leisure, write me an email and let me know if we can share it. The things you don't want to share, it's kind of best to write me 2 emails. Write me a general little email and say, this is something I wouldn't want to share. And then, hi, Mark, I see you. Mark Cato, I think you said your name before in full. And then say, this is the copy that you can read. Like you're writing a commercial. This is what I want in there. I will only mess with that if I think there's something inappropriate in there or what have you. Bob Joyce should be called Bob Joyce, I'll just change it if you use another name, okay? So, Mark, what you said, let me look at your pictures, Mark. There's the Household of Faith sign, the main sign. There will be no service there tomorrow at 5601 Salt Creek Road. No service there tomorrow. They're moving to the Horner Hall Theater in Hot Springs. They may have to soon, if they don't get that stable up faster, they may have to see a lot more of that Horner Hall Theater. That would solve the problem. It would solve the problem for the Christmas holidays, if nothing else, for big holiday times, and summers when, but you'll have it up. I think you will. All right. So that was pick 1. Pick 2 is the actual church. I just wish I could roll these in live, gang. I don't have the ability. I know some people can do it, but those people that can do it have a crew right behind them, and they say, get that on. We need to get that on. And they do it. The host doesn't do it in real time. No. Amanda Grace has a crew, for goodness sakes, and it may be a remote crew. It can be that. Maybe that'll be my salvation, huh? Oh man, salvation's in Jesus Christ or nobody, but you know what I mean when I'm just so to speak. And then one more picture from Mark, and that's the back end of Household of Faith. It's red and Household of Faith sign. So I'll get those pictures up. I will, but just not now. Andy is going to be busy. But hey, I get him Brother Bruno's pizza. He'll be getting Brother Bruno's pizza this week, So remember that. Dandy Andy, handy dandy Andy. So what do you have to say, Mark? I'm not just going to read it, this may be private. Da da da. Drove out to Household of Faith to see it, obviously. All right. I'll look at that more. It's a short email, though. It's a short email. I appreciate those pictures. I do. And back we go to the live stream that I can see. I love Kat. Kat, Kat from Gutfeld. Kat Timpf. Is that how you say her name? Timpf. Ted Richards. Yeah, we need another live Jack night 2 of Pastor Bob. If I do it, gang, it'll be it's still Saturday, right? It'll be 8 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday, 8 p.m. while she's watching that 90-day fiasco. Oh, oh. Karen, I just don't understand why you like this show. And then they got this blonde woman on there with a foul mouth, and of course they'll bleep the F word on there, but it's just fine for her to keep rattling God's name in vain off. Someone should massively write and complain about that. Ah, ah. I would rather hear the S word. In fact, I'd rather hear the F word than the G word or the JC words, you know? That's just me. And Belinda is going on about a number of things. Blessed with good genes, I suppose, but I'm 74 and a half. I'm not buying it. If you're 74 and a half, you're going to become Brittany Button. Did you see Benjamin Button where he goes back in time? By the way, am I allowed? See, I don't know. It could be two. It's so confusing. I'll ask in the email if I'm allowed to show that picture. But I'm not buying that for a New York minute. If you say you're 27, I'll believe you. Okay. I also work in a big store in a mall. I'm the annoying announcer lady for the specials, a bit like a DJ. Oh, you do that, Carmen? I know that. I do know that. I know that you did a number of things in that store for promo purposes. Yeah. I'd forgotten about that. I saw that, I guess, on your channel. Just go to Carmen Sylvia. Don't forget, that's Carmen with a K. Carmen Sylvia right here on YouTube. Is Larry on this site, the Elvis singer? What a loaded question that is from you, Shell. Oh, Shell. No comment. I'm a big supporter of Larry's music, though, and glad to see that he's doing better than ever. Better than ever. Or you could be talking about another site. I may be misunderstanding, and you're not being sarcastic. Yeah. I'll send another one. Thanks for the compliment. Okay. Back to the email. Yeah. I don't want to refresh. It'll hurt the mainstream, but I can look to my phone. June Joyner sent you $20 at 11:53 on the Cash App. Oh, I just saw that. Thank you, June Joyner. Thank you so much. Um, I'm like going back and forth to various things here. Thank you, June. That is a blessing. It really, really is. $1 is a blessing on the thanks, and 20 on the Cash App is a blessing, obviously, as well. So thank you. This may be our best night. It may be our best night. And I wish I never had to mention it. I like to go shows where I don't mention it. Um, so here I am back in time. Huey Lewis was willing to write Back in Time, but he wouldn't write a song called Back to the Future. You know, did we talk about that last week? I think we did. Because Zemeckis, is it? Robert Zemeckis, Back to the Future, along with Steven Spielberg. You know how it went. They wanted Michael J. Fox, but NBC just said, hey, he's doing Family Ties right now, and we can't spare him, And they told Steven Spielberg no at first. That's just too wild. Because they had the guy that was in The Elephant Man, Eric Stoltz. Is that his name, right? Wonderful actor. Just a little too old for Marty McFly. Just not Michael J. Fox, if we're going to be really honest. Elvis loved his horses. He did? Okay. Jack, you're typecast now. Oh, well, what's my typecast then? What is my image now, Belinda Lemon, ex-wife of Don Lemon? Oh, dear. It's funny to watch Don Lemon with the interview that got him thrown off of X before he ever really started, because here he gets this interview with Elon who says, I'm only doing this because you're on the platform now. And, and Don is being his ultimate stupid. And at some point you can see in Don's face, knows that he is losing the gig that he just got with Elon. He's losing the platform. So at some point it kicks in. But Don Lemon I used to like him. I used to like all of them. But President Trump brought out their true selves. Their true selves. All you have to do is when he calls you fake news, we'll say, Mr. President, we believe what we have here is accurate. Don't make up stuff. Don't try to slant stuff. Don't put on far more coverage of the other candidate that you say glowing things about when 2 weeks ago you were saying she was unfit for office. We remember that saying. We remember that, Shell. Pop Joyce. I'm not fit to tie his shoes. I'm not fit to tie his shoes. But that would be nice. I'm sorry, Jack. My phone is dying, so I will be back in a few. All right, you're watching on your cell. Thank you, Paul. We won't be here forever, but we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Neo says he has a Kermit singing covers. Dr. Teeth is cool, though. Okay. He's got to charge his phone, Shell. He's got to charge his phone. Laura, hi. Hello from Ottawa. No, I always want to put that A in there, don't I? Otway, Ohio. Well, I don't know what to think about your governor, but sometimes he's with us, and sometimes we have to ask of your governor: Are you for us or a Guinness? Are you for us? I didn't say Guinness, Richard Lyon. Are you for us or a Guinness? Mondays sometimes, Belinda. Okay, why I said that out loud, I don't know. I don't know. Ted is amusing people. That's good. That's good. Oh, so wow. Thank you so much again to the Cash App people tonight. Media Guy 56, Media Guy 56. Thank you. Oh, here's this picture of Jill now. This is awful strange, Jill, because you do look a little older in this photo than the one you just showed me with Jean. Still beautiful as ever. Your husband's a good-looking man. He looks wise. Is he wise? I'm 74 and he's 76. You got to let me show that other picture when I'm capable of doing it. I am capable of doing it. What am I saying? Do you want me to show this picture? I haven't asked that. I don't want to make a mistake. A mistake. That's what the guy from Haiti says. I don't want to make a mistake. He if he goes to get a massage, he says, "I went for a massage. I went for a massage." Anybody go for a massage? Kathleen Wiedenbacher is willing to give a massage if you fit certain criterias. Trivia, the Michael Myers mask, that Michael Myers, the Mike Myers mask was actually taken from a mold of William Shatner's face. I never heard that. But you're saying it as fact. By the way, William Shatner has bravely put out a special on aliens on Fox Nation. I want to get Fox Nation. I do. But I also have to get, pretty soon, I'm going to have to get Showtime because Dexter First Blood will be coming out. Michael C. Hall is executive producer. I'm not going to repeat everything I said last weekend. He's also the narrator, and there's a young actor playing him. And Christian Slater is the father. It's a prequel. And then in 2025, Dexter Resurrection as Michael C. Hall returns to the role. And you thought he was dead. You couldn't kill Michael Myers. Why should you be able to kill Dexter? That's what I say, Richard. You don't know how much I love Dexter. I just, Michael C. Hall, what a fan I am. I love Deb. I don't know what they're going to do about that because she's dead now on the show. But except that her language, was too much. Too much. It's like I'm watching that 90-Day Fiasco, which I can't do. Jack, what do you think of Tim Sheehy last night at the rally? I like him and think he could go far. I never saw him on camera. I was watching, but I didn't watch to the very, very end. It started so late because he got there so late. And those people, are just... Now, once again, some woman had a medical issue at a Trump rally because they're out there for hours, you know what you could do? You could do what Joel Osteen does when he does like Madison Square Garden. You have to get a ticket, and the ticket is a nominal price, $10, $15. I think Joel charges $15. He's going to take a love offering too, of course, because he's down to his last 300 million. Give the guy a break, But yeah, this is something they could think about. You have to get a ticket. But you start going through Ticketmaster with that, it's going to be a mess. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it though, because they had Trump was speaking well of him, right? So if Trump loves him, I love him. It's that simple. I trust President Trump's judgment. I trust the president's judgment. I love William Shatner. Even in New Zealand, he's big, huh? So he's on this new Alien special on Fox Nation, which is going to mean, and like he would care at all, there'll be people that are liberal Democrats that have followed him for years. Well, if he's going to go on Fox Nation, I'm done with William Shatner. Bye, 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 bye. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. He's just such a dun, 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 dun. Okay. He's just such a unique talent, and he does fan conventions. Like, I wish I would have known he was going to be in New Jersey. Karen's relative has had his picture taken with him several times. You have to pay at these fan conventions. Not that William needs the money. There was a time when he did need the money. Right after Star Trek, he was living in his pickup truck. Can you believe that? His messy divorce, his wife got just about everything, and he was living in a pickup truck, showering at the truck stop. That lasted for a little while. But then I'm sure people said, William, come stay with me. And then, of course, all the big roles started, T.G. Hooker and all those great shows that William did. And of course, the narration money is phenomenal. William Shatner has made millions and millions just narrating commercials, and you never even see him sometimes. So I don't know. All I know is if Trump's for him, I'm for him. Montana, why would you live there? I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't get it, but it's like, why do you life below zero? Okay, why are you there? Why are you in 40 below zero? Why? This is really what you want? Those dogs want that? I feel bad for the dogs. Come on. Oh, they love it. I know it's someone will say. So, there are places I would live, and Montana is not one of them, but they're God-fearing Trump people. They love to fish and hunt and what have you. I've never hunted. I'm not a hunting type. I've never fished either. My daddy died when I was 11. Everybody go, oh. Richard Lyon, good night, my friend. Maybe tomorrow, if you go on, I'll be there. It is getting late, Richard. Yes. So, yeah, cool. It would be 8 p.m. your time, my time. In other words, that's 8 p.m. East Coast time, United States of America. My ex-husband is in Hutchinson, Kansas. Shell doesn't watch TV anymore because she's too cheap to pay for it. Yeah. Laura Perron would sound more exotic, Laura. I'm here from Kansas. Well, my goodness, we've got a surge in Kansas all of a sudden. I've never been there. I was going to go to Kansas City because they got some crazy little women there. And my thought was I would get me one. um, oh, Shell, you're missing stuff on regular TV. You sound like my friend Leon now. Haven't seen him at a dog's age. I just do not want Leon to be sitting there in the diner and him tell me, well, he's for Kamala Harris. I would lose respect for him. Wayne, you were here last week, weren't you? I think. Naughty, Nauday. I'm just not sure. Hi, Jack. Wayne from South Africa. Glad to see you live again. Yeah, we do most Saturday nights, and sometimes we pop on in the middle of the week. If you have the notification bell, that would be swell because you'll know when we're coming on. Someone was saying, you got to give us more notice. And I appreciate the enthusiasm. I really do. But if you have your notification bell on, I'm going to do different time slots just to see if I can get different people to join our family, So that's another reason I do that. And some people, late night is not good for them, So we have to go here, there, and everywhere. That should be a song. Somebody write that down. I'm running out of steam, folks. I have my large C-band satellite dish. C-band. What's the difference there, Ted, with a C-band? You pull on those naughty channels? I hope not. Just got back from George Live event. Well, Laura, you could certainly tell us all about it in an email, Jack the Fair Guy, FAIR, Jack the Fair Guy at gmail.com. Let me know if there's something you don't want me to say out loud if I were to read your letter, and I'll skip that part, Yeah, love to hear from you. Then she writes it in big. That you got to do it phonetically for me. Remember, I only have a GED, Laura, so I would like to say Perone, like Barone, but I don't know for sure. TV is over for me. The 70s and the 80s was the best. Carmen has no TV either. What's going on, Mark Cato, 67? Jack, does Bob Joyce really have a son in France? Or is that another hoax? They just keep coming. I mean, he's got more love child now, more love childs than the Osmonds have grandchildren, you know? I don't know. I don't know. People talk about Tom Presley, of course. They talk about this guy. What is it, Chewy Thompson or whatever his name is? Looks like him. And then there's the daughter who wrote the book. What's her name? Deborah Presley. She calls herself Presley. Then there's the guy who calls himself Elvis Aaron Presley Jr., who says he's a love child. Kind of looks like him. Elvis impersonator. He believes he's on record as believing that Bob is not Elvis, and that Elvis, his father, has passed away in 1977, and his mother was a Vegas showgirl at Harris. He gives her name and everything, and he was on with this gentleman. I wish I could call your name out. I can't remember it right now, but I saw some of that interview. It was very good. Probably wouldn't want to come on here because I'm talking about Bob Joyce, So there you go. 97 watching right now. So I haven't heard that one. Jill and Mark. I haven't heard that one. It's a new one. I'll write that name down. Yeah, Jill shows us her husband and herself at tonight's festivities. And I don't know, Jill. Your hair looks longer in the picture with Jean Ho. And I'm not yet convinced. You'll have to tell us your beauty secrets, right? So I think we're all caught up. Thank you again, June and Jane and William Brown on the Cash App tonight. Thank you so much. And here in the live stream, hitting the thanks button. Thank you. Wow, we had a lot of people tonight, gang. Oh, and then it stops. I always have a hard time figuring out how to see the whole stream, but I did mention you in real time. So thank you. Shell was one of the people that hit the thanks button tonight. I remember that. Absolutely. And John Jeffries. Thank you so much. John Jeffries. And who else am I forgetting? Because it won't let me go back that far now. Oh, dear. Greg Atkins joins us. Hello, Jack and everyone. Welcome. Good night, Shelley. You never really leave, though. It's like Belinda, you knew. Bob Joyce's daughter Sabrina spoke today at the event, huh? Oh, I would have loved to have seen it. I would have loved to have seen her. Daughter or stepdaughter? We speak of possibilities here. Thank you, John. I'm totally hoarse now. Or if I'm not hoarse, I'm a little Shetland pony. A little Shetland pony. We've been on for 2 hours and 13 minutes. We may be back tonight at 8 o'clock East Coast time um, to hear from. Before that, anything that involves video will be rolled in. Andy will have to do that. And, I can't promise that he's going to be ready right away. So we'll see. We'll see. I will try to do that tonight, though, at 8 o'clock. Put on me specs from the Dollar Tree. Colossians chapter 3 in the NIV, beginning with verse 15. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you were called to peace. And be thankful. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom, and as you sing psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs with gratitude in your hearts to God. And whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. Amen. Colossians. Kathmandu. Okay. Hi, Jack. You mentioned Jose before, or is it Josie? If it's a girl, it's Josie, right? You mentioned Jose, I would think, being an expert on the Joyce photos, but it's clearly Sigrid Schultz with Elvis and all those pics. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I've got a picture, of course. When I counter that with, I've got a picture of all three in the same photo. Oh, that's Photoshop. That's always the excuse. That's always the excuse. I have multiple pictures of Sigrid Schultz. She looks nothing like Joyce. Nothing like Walina. No, no, no. But if Sigrid is still with us and she wants to, contact me, that would be okay. I haven't talked to Jose, Cat, in a dog's age. I know you feel strongly about this, but they were all over there in Germany, apparently. Their fathers were in the military, possibly an officer in the case of the young lady that was Elvis's girlfriend for a while. I don't think I have anything. I think I put that one away. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I put the Sigrid photos away. And I'm still looking for the one where it's all three in them. I've got so many Google photos, They're not all on the wall. Yeah, I don't have that right now. Don't have that right now. But I don't know. So thank you, everybody. Mark Cato, Cindy. Oh, they're talking about Michael Myers. Michael Myers. Thank you, Carmen, for the amen. Thank you, Ted Richards, for the amen. Well, we've had an eventful show. Those that have been to Hot Springs today, please send me an email and tell me about your experience. Let me know what I can say and what I can't say. Maybe sometimes I get it's just for your eyes only. It still gives me a perspective on what's going on, perspective of what's going on. So Jack the Fair Guy, Fair, Jack the Fair Guy at gmail.com. Please hit the subscribe button, the like button, and also the notification bell. Replay crowd, thank you for those of you that see this at a future time and hit the thanks button or the Cash App Media Guy 56 for a tip. A tip, Media Guy 56, all lowercase letters there for Media Guy. So, yeah, it's looking like we'll do 8 o'clock tonight, which would be now it's the 11th, of course. Pastor Bob Joyce in Hot Springs, doors open at 9 a.m. It looks like there'll be enough seating for all. Looks like there will be, so that's great news. That's always important. Takes the stress off, So, thanks again. Good night, Sammy. I see you there. Big God bless you. We'll talk to you very soon. Appreciate you. I really do. Bye-bye.